Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Anmol Astrology channel. Now today's video is about Venus and Mars conjunction. I haven't planned making the series on Venus conjunction with different planets, but I thought that people are very keen to know how their Venus is placed, and to be very particular, I think having Venus is the karka of relationships, right? And most of us have relationships, and in our early age, and relationships astrologically and mythologically are about paying off your certain karmas. So we come across people during our early age, or any age, there's no specific age actually. We come across some people just in order to pay off some karmas which we have signed in the previous life, and we are just here to pay them off. So what happens is that when it comes to about relationships, Venus, affliction of Venus, or when Venus is conjoined some planets, or Venus is in certain placements, it is very evident that a person is bound to pay off some karmas before they end up into a marriage or in a long-term relationship. So I think knowing how your Venus is going to react in your early 20s is much better, because most of the people get stuck in a breakup or a relationship, but they forget to understand the pattern of paying off certain debts and karmas towards relationships. And that happens with retrogression of Venus as well. So I thought this is a very good series to make about Venus conjunction with all the other planets, so as a person can know, then yes, this is what relationships are going to bring towards me. And if you are checking the Venus of your spouse or your partner, then you can know that how they are going to perceive the relationship. So that's why knowing Venus placement and Venus conjunctions is very important. It's actually quite funny that today we are talking about heartbreaks, breakups, relationship at an early age, and how they can pierce your heart, and the video is about Venus and Mars, right? And that's what Mars represents actually. So let's talk about Venus and Mars. So what happens is, first of all, whenever there is a conjunction of Venus and Mars, first of all, the houses that is a conjunction, what naturally Mars and Venus rules. And what does they represent? Mars is the first and 8th house, and Venus is the 2nd and 7th house, right? And of course, any conjunction, when it is very close, it is up to 15 degrees, then is where it gives most of its effect. Otherwise, if it's 15 and 15 plus, then it is like a loose conjunction. It tends to give less and less amount of malefic effects, right? And I have seen some planets, like sometimes it's like Venus is at 1 degree and Mars is at 29 degrees. So this is a very loose conjunction. So what happens is that these are in a way treated individually. There will be effect. That's not the matter that there won't be any effect. There is going to be effect, but that's a very loose conjunction, and that's not that effective as much as it is going to be when Venus and Mars are like 5 degrees, 3 degrees, 10 degrees. Okay, so what happens here is that the lords of 2nd, 7th, 1st and 8th are together. So what is Mars? Mars is a soldier. Mars wants to protect. He's a provider. He's a protector, right? And Mars is a very competitive energy. Mars wants to be at the highest status. He wants to achieve highest status by giving a tough competition to other people, right? So now here what happens is that a person is very inclined towards creating joint assets within a relationship or within a marriage. A person wants someone, a very independent woman. If it's a male, since Venus represents a female or wife for an individual, for a male, Venus and Mars conjunction for a male would represent that such a person wants an independent woman, a woman who can give a tight competition to him and to other people as well. Actually, men and women with this conjunction love competition in relationships. They love to compete with each other. And in a way, I know this sounds a little crazy, but whenever these people get some competition in love matters, their soul gets satisfied. They feel good. They feel more passionate about it. So that's why such people want to gather as many as assets through the marriage. They want to elevate their status through the marriage. So you'll always see these people will look for women or men. Specifically in case of males, these males will look for women who have a higher status in life, who are independent, who are competitive, who are a provider. And if a female has this conjunction, so what happens is, let me tell you one thing, Mars is a lot of energy. Mars is a planet of energy. It rules the first house. First house is our body, it's our mind, it's the energy. The sign of Aries is actually the sign of a lot of energy, right? So what happens is that if a female is there, or even man, then such an individual is quite passionate and has a lot of energy. So if a female has it, such a female should be independent in life. Such a female should be working and independent, because what happens is a lot of energy gets exerted out in public while dealing with a lot of people. And if that doesn't happen, then there are conflicts in the marriage. Then there are a lot of fights in the marriage. So if a couple has this conjunction, any one of the two people have this conjunction, it is highly suggested that go out for adventure activities, go out and meet new people, have a good friend circle, and be independent, be on your own. Okay? Now, next thing you'll see is that these people are quite dominating and passionate. You'll see these people want to dominate the assets of the marriage. Other thing you'll see is that whenever a person has Venus and Mars conjunction, it activates the sign of Aries, Taurus, and Libra. And when does it activate it? It activates this conjunction, of course, when Venus and Mars years are there. If you have a conjunction and you are going through Venus or Mars Mahadasha, or you are going through some other Mahadasha, but the nakshatra of Mars and Venus are getting activated, then, and thirdly, at the age of 27, 25, and 28. Okay, so these signs, wherever in your chart, these three signs, wherever they are placed, they are going to get activated. So next thing you'll see is that this conjunction will bring hidden sexual encounters and romantic affairs at the age of 20 and 32. Okay, the next thing you'll see with this conjunction is that if Mars and Venus are placed in the ascendant or any Kendra houses, 1st, 4th, 7th and 10th, or they are not conjunct but they are Kendra, quadrant to each other, then a person is most likely to gain Vedantic knowledge in his or her life in their early 20s, or actually I would say in their 20s. Okay, and this conjunction can also bring about relationships at a very early age, because there's so much heat and passion of Mars towards the Venus, right? And of course the major thing, that what is Mars? Mars is a piercing energy. You know, I heard it from my mentor that he said that Mars is a kind of person who wears a jacket of thorns. So even if Mars is friends to you, when he'll hug you, the thorns are going to pierce you, right? So Mars is a planet which has a sword, has thorns, and it is going to pierce whichever planet it is going to be placed with. If it's with Jupiter, it is going to pierce you through your belief system. If it is with Venus, it is going to pierce you through your relationships. So a person at a point of time definitely feels a major heartbreak and major pierce in their heart because of relationships. So that's why you can expect such a person to have breakups, multiple breakups in their time. And one more thing you'll see with this conjunction is that whenever Venus and Mars are together, a person can actually gain through hidden activities and they can actually gain hidden wealth to secretive sexual encounters or romantic encounters, I would say. And again, the ages can be different because of particular horoscope, but on a mundane level, I would say it can be in your 20 or in 32. Okay. Next thing you'll see is that since Mars is the sword that punches everything and Venus is your devotion, right? So at some point in your life, you'll get hurt because you are very devoted to the other person. And devotion will be a major factor of that heartbreak. You get so intense. See, we have 8,000 energy as well. So when a person gets into a relationship, they want to experience those intense situations with their partner. So because of that intensity, when their heart breaks, that makes them go haywire. The next thing you'll see is this conjunction can bring heartbreaks in the age of 31, 32, 25, 26. And it is not 100% necessary, but if there is no other malefic influence, then a person can get, I won't say married, but engaged at the age of 24. I've actually seen with a couple of charts that people get engaged at the age of 24. It is regardless that will that proceed to marriage or not. That is regardless. That actually we have to see other things for that. But if this conjunction is there and no malefic influence is there, then 24th age can be a very prominent age for an engagement or for a long-term relationship. Next thing you'll see with this conjunction is that these people are very good managers of money, managers of liquid money specifically. You'll see these people always calculating and commanding the other person that where the amount of money should be invested and how much should we spend. So they are very budgetary. I won't say budgetary, actually that comes with Mercury more, but they are very systematic, and they have a management, a sort of management, and that how they are going to spend and how much they are going to save. And these people do tend to save a lot of money for them, but when they spend a huge amount of money in travels or to elevate one's status. The other thing you'll see is with this conjunction, a person is quite humanitarian, a person is quite helpful to other people. If you want to see a person, I actually talked about it in the Manglik video, I guess. When a person's ascendant or maybe 7th house, actually it is regardless of that, but Manglik people are most of that people who are going to stand there when you are in need of something, when you need help. Maybe non-Manglik won't be there. I know that's very hard to categorize it like this, but when we calculate what Manglik is and how we see Manglik, then we have to see it from the ascendant, from the moon chart, and from the Venus chart. But the weightage is of the ascendant, of course, right? But still, I would say because of Venus-Mars conjunction also, this happens that these people are quite helpful. You'll see these people will stand by you in every thick and thin. Rather, if a person does not has this conjunction or does not has Mars influence in the ascendant or maybe the 7th house or moon, Venus, etc., then such a person may not stand by you to the thick and thin, because there's no passion in there. There's no passion to provide and help people. Okay, so this is what this conjunction does. And let me see if I forget anything else. Management skills I talked about, wealth I talked about. I think I covered everything. Yeah, almost everything. So guys, this was my analysis about Venus and Mars conjunction. I hope this was helpful. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share. And for your personal consultations, you can check out the link below, www.anmolastrology.com, and under the consultation section you can book a personal reading for yourself. Okay, till the next video, take care, bye bye.